Yeah, hi there. These comments are for one of my online students at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT, and you're doing a pronunciation pre-test for vowel and consonant sounds. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to listen to part A first, and then I'll listen to your answers to those 3 questions.
Lesson 7. Part A.
Okay, first of all, you said like part A, but that P, that's the first sound you want to work on. That P, it's a bilabial consonant. You need to pronounce that with more air.
Lesson 7. Pot.
It's not bought, it's pot. Pot. Think of it like this. Watch this. If I go pot, pot. So put a piece of paper in front of your mouth and then go pot, right? Or part A. So when you pronounce that, does the air push the paper like it is when I'm saying it? And that gives you an idea if you're putting enough air out with that sound.
Pot, rank, glow, honor, over, feather, soap.
Be careful of the word father, not fodder, but father.
Lesson 8. Bat, bought, nap, mop, take, talk, in, on, mac, mock.
Okay, I think that lesson 8, the pat, map, tack, an, mac, that sound you need to work on.
Lesson 9. Bright, brown, brown, broil, lie, loud, loyal, buy, bound. Lesson 8. Get, let, mate, met, blade, led, did.
Okay, lesson number 10, it's that the longer vowel sound you have to pronounce a little longer. So gate, get, late, let, mate, met. So the A, that's the sound. You want to check out that lesson too.
Lesson 11. Meet, met, beat, bit, leap, lip.
The second one is E, peat, pit.
Seat, sit.
Seat, sit. Long, short, long, short.
Hit, hit.
Okay, you need to work on lesson number 11 also.
Lesson 12. Look, lock.
The second word is Luke. Luke. Look, Luke.
Luck, talk, tool, tough, good, cool.
Okay.
Lesson 13. Match, mash, cheap, sheep, feature, feather, shift, shift.
Okay, it's feature, fisher. Shaft, shaft.
Chair, cheer.
Shear, shear. So lesson 13, you better write that one down.
Lesson 14. Of,
But lesson 13, lesson 14, 15.
of, have, fine, when, rover, river.
Yeah, I think lesson 14, it's when the V's in the beginning of the word, vine, van. You need to pronounce that V with a little bit more vibration.
Lesson 15. How, habit, who, rehash,
Good.
behavior, hate, Batman, bitten, important, brighten, hat-trick, threatened. Okay,
On this one, I think it's more that T when it's in the middle of the word. We call that a glottal stop. In American English, we'll say Batman, bitten, important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. We'll kind of say it like that, right? But you're saying more Batman, bitten, important, brightening. So I think it's important to at least understand how we make that sound so you can kind of get used to it. But even if you don't pronounce the glottal stop, it's not going to affect your intelligibility. If you pronounce the T instead of the glottal stop, it would still be very clear what you're saying.
Lesson 16. Major, friggle, freezer.
No, major, measure. Fragile, Frazier.
Legend,
Legend, lesion. Lesion.
Asian, Azer, large issue.
Okay, so you had a lot of trouble with most of the words in that lesson, so that's lesson 16.
Lesson 17. Cake, cake, sink, sack, came, game, cup, gap, leg, like. Lesson 18. Lean, rare, bitter, luggage, regal, under, right, light, committed.
Okay, this one is that R, so you tend to pronounce rugged, but it's more rugged, rear. So work on lesson 18, especially the R when it's in the beginning of a word. That would be helpful for your intelligibility.
Lesson 19. Bees, base, flap, flap, cup, cap, lap, lip, bay, bye.
Now, this is really tough for you, probably one of the most difficult sounds for you. I know your first language, so I think the P in your first language, you don't pronounce it with as much air as we have, so it's making it difficult for you. So continue to increase your exposure to English. You'll get more used to this.
Lesson 20. Lies, lies, zip, zip, so, zoo, mac, mas, Lisa, Lisa. Lesson 21.
Yeah, I think lesson 22 you need to work on the Z. So zip, zip, sue, zoo.
Multiple, Robert. Example, brusher. Principle, number. People, philosopher. Lesson 22. Volcanism, writer.
Volcanism with a V. Volcanism.
Maximum, question, summon, reason, chasm, a chasm of it. Lesson 23. Tip, deep, cart, tight, train, drain, fat, T.
But be careful, when you have the T and the D. The T is a voiceless consonant, the D is a voice consonant. So you can learn more about this as you're studying vowel and consonant sounds in my lessons. But the main thing, when the D's at the end of the word, the vowel before it's longer. When the T's at the end, the vowel is shorter. So I say fat, fad, cart, card. So you're not really doing that. Even the same thing in lesson 19, you say cap, cab, lap, lab, or sink, sag. So again, you're not really doing that. So he's going to take some practice. But you can figure this out, I'm telling you, because guess what? As you study, who is on the other side? Michael's on the other side. What am I going to do? As you send me pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice, I'm going to give you feedback. It's as simple as that. And you can actually improve over time if you heed my comments and my suggestions.
G. Lesson 24.
Okay.
Tie. They. Breathe. Teeth. Worth.
Okay. Okay, so on this one, here's what you want to focus on right now before we get to part B. So write these down. I wrote them down. Did you? Here we go. Lesson number 8, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 23, and lesson number 24. So now you're going to answer some of these personal experience questions, and this also gives me more indication of your overall speaking and pronunciation fluency.
Part B. I have a bachelor degree in science. I've worked as a teacher in high school since 2015. The bachelor degree in science.
I'm going to check your language use here.
I've worked as a teacher in high school since 2015.
No, you don't say I worked as a teacher since 2015 and then it's 15, not 50. If you're using since, that's going to create the need for the present perfect. So say I have worked as a high school teacher since 2015. And the present perfect is going to work better there because you said the word since. Since implies that you're still doing that even today. Now, if you're not doing it now, you might say, well, I worked as a teacher in 2015, you could say.
I want to improve my pronunciation because when I was in America last summer, I noticed that people they couldn't understand me.
Okay. Now be careful when you're speaking. You have a lot of pauses and hesitations in there. It disrupts the flow of your ideas. So if you pause too much, a lot of people will concentrate not on what you're saying, but how you're saying it. And that's not where you want to be. You want people to be able to concentrate on your ideas and what you're saying and not be distracted by those pauses and hesitations. Right? So that's something that we can work on.
When I spoke, I feel disappointed at that time, but
you might want to say, as a result, I felt disappointed at that time. I would say felt, not feel, because you're talking about something in the past.
Now I want to improve my pronunciation.
Okay.
In addition, I want to continue my study to get a PhD in America.
Okay.
And that's why I want to take TOEFL exam.
Okay.
Actually, I have taken this exam 3 times.
Exactly. Very good use of the present perfect test. I have taken this exam a few times, right? So you're using the present perfect to talk about something which started in the past, and you will take the exam again, so it affects your present moment of speaking.
2 times. First time I took 66.
I would say not took 66. I would say I scored 66. We take the exam, yes. Or I received a score of 66. I got a score of 66. But maybe not I took a score of 66.
But the second time I didn't receive the score yet because my exam was 2 days ago.
I would say the second time I have not received my score yet. So what is this telling me here? This is not just a pronunciation issue here. You're having some problems with your verb tenses, am I right? So what do? A, you can do nothing. B, how about this? I want you to review your use of the simple past and the present perfect tenses in English grammar. So go to Google how to use the simple past and the present perfect verb tenses. So, and then once you get the rules and understand those, then you can practice maybe forming some sentences, maybe record yourself doing them, listen to them a few times. You really need to improve your language use, and one main way here is by improving your verb tenses. That's going to really help you, I think, with your writing, with your speaking in many areas. And with your speaking too, you have to speak faster, more fluently, with fewer pauses and hesitations. And of course, you have to focus on solving the problems with all these lessons I've already outlined in this video.
And what do you hope to achieve in this course? I hope get 85. I hope that. Thank you.
Okay, I hope to score 85, right? So your score, hopefully the second score is higher than 66, so please, when you get this second score, I want you to email me. Tell me how you did. And you can also tell me, remind me that your goal is 85, so I need to look at what your current TOEFL overall score is, along with the subtotals and the reading, listening, speaking, and writing. And then I can recommend, I think, what's going to help you make the most improvements. But here's a big idea. There's always one thing that you can do, right? There's one thing. At this point, because you're trying to develop better control over vocabulary, grammar, speaking, and really all the other areas of the TOEFL you want to do better in, right? So really work on getting more exposure to the language right now. That means take extra practice or get extra practice, maybe reading newspapers, magazines, and books. Listen, watch TV, listen to the radio, listen to music. Everything you're doing right now is to help you get more exposure to the language so it can be more natural to you. So right now you're not at that point. It's not very natural when you're speaking English, so that's definitely something you want to work on, right? Now the next thing is, what is your intelligibility score out of 7? 7 is a native speaker, 1 is a high beginner, I think, of American English. So based on listening to Part A and Part B, and especially Part B, hearing you put together your ideas and answer those 3 questions, I can tell you're struggling a little bit, right? So I'm going to put you at about 3.5 out of 7. Right now, I will attach my intelligibility scale to the email that you're getting, and you can look over that. So you got to do better than 3.5. If you want to get like 26 or 27 points on the speaking section, you will probably need to get a score of about 5.2 or higher on this intelligibility scale. All right? And now you know. Think about what you just got here. So now, as one of my students, you know specific lessons that you need to focus on in order to improve your intelligibility for vowel and consonant sounds of American English. I've given you some basic ideas on things that you can start doing every day to improve. And I even listened to your 3 responses at the end of this audio. All right, anyway, thank you very much, and thank you for joining my course. And if you like my course, you can email a friend, you can tell somebody else that, hey, there's this guy called Michael, he's got an online TOEFL course, go check him out. Go over to onlinetoeflcourse.com. All right, so anyway, thank you very much for your comments, and have a great day.